What is happening, y'all? Welcome on back. Let's head on inside. We got 3 different places to go, but the first, we gotta help the
I
dame.
saw it with my own eyes.
Dame needs my help, and I'm here to help her. Whether she needs my sword in a slot, or she has a slot that needs filling with a sword, I will come and protect her as her champion. Where's the dame? You're not the dame.
My lord, my lady.
We received the dame's message. There have been sightings of strange creatures, I understand.
With the blue eyes. Yes. Like a Kashik, but different. They've taken so many. I've lost count.
A Kashik, but different.
Ultimus thralls. And what of your mistress? Is she here?
Oh, no. She went to the Garrison to ask what they were planning on doing about all this.
Then we'll look for her there.
We could leave. The 2 soldiers were carrying...
Madame, please!
Half the garrison's been slaughtered by those things. We lost the captain this very morning.
We've tried requesting reinforcements, but there's been no word from the capital or the Dominion in days! What more would you have us do?
I would have you do your duty. Those at the Vale look to me for protection. And protect them I shall, because they are my charges and that is my duty. In case you have forgotten, the people of this town are your charges. But more than that, they are your people. Your sisters, your brothers, your lovers. So you have a choice. Lay down your sword and watch as they are slaughtered, or take it up and do what is right.
She speaks the truth, you know. This here, it's all we have. It's all that's left.
What we have left is our lives! Do you really want us to lose them as well?
Not if we don't have to. Look, there's a cask under the captain's bunk. Let's talk about this over a drink, eh?
I'm listening.
I'll have a word with him.
Ah, Clive. I didn't expect help to arrive so quickly. And sought to take matters into my own hands.
It was a noble effort, but I thought you might still need some support.
I'd like you to consider my needs. What we need to consider is where the creatures came from. The way the survivors speak of them, one would think they appeared out of thin air. And perhaps they did. It's hard to know what to believe these days.
We'll talk to the survivors.
Jill's like, this just makes my early little speech about a sword in a sheath extra funny.
Did you see the creatures that attacked you?
Creatures? Yeah, they came out of nowhere. They went for Joseph first, then me, and then they were just gone.
Do you remember where you were?
On the road from Oriflamme. We just passed Moor when... Where's my Joseph?
It's all right. Just rest now. It's all right.
My family.
You're a pikeman, yes? What happened?
I've got family in Moor. I heard the flood was spreading, so I went to see if they were all right. And a pack of them glowing things found me in the meadow. I ran for my life. I never did get to the village.
Leave that to us.
At least we have an idea of where the thralls might be.
We should head for more.
Is it that way? Yeah, it is. For some reason I thought, yeah, I don't know. I got my north and south mixed up. But... Oh no, okay, yeah, that is. I know where we're going now. Yeah. This is over near where the side quest with the psychopath little girl that kept the Branded as a slave until she died.
It was all they could do to escape.
It's crazy to think that Ultima has the power to just... Is this weather creating Akashic? Like, I mean, if you didn't know any better, I'd assume, you know, even though the crystals draw an aether, that without the Mothercrystals drawing an aether, it's just seeping out all over the land because the land's used to producing a certain amount. But that counteracts the theory of the flood. So I think all signs point to the thralls just being pawns of Ultima and his doing. Even if we get sent the curse breakers, you know, we can't send them into this. They could go Akashic. It's something that's very much a...
Look. I see them. With me.
Clive issue.
To me, Flames! You're finished.
I will say those satellites are lasting a long time.
Save your strength. Farewell.
And we're protecting. Oh my god, that's it. Who's doing it? You? Gimme. Like, I need opportunities like that to get it off. It definitely feels like combat's slower than it typically would be, because I'm taking time to execute this maneuver. But I don't know. I'm really torn on it, to be honest.
But I'd say we've done what we can for the time being.
Then we should let Isabel know.
Because I think, well, so Phoenix's blessing. Well, I'll let this go through and then I'll discuss my thoughts.
You have the town's thanks.
Don't thank us yet. There will be more. Many more. And you'll need to be ready for them.
Oh, we shall. Isn't that right, Captain?
Yes, milady. The garrison will be ready.
Philippe here has convinced most of the men to remain at their posts, for now at least.
Hearing that the Dame would look kindly on any man who committed himself to the task certainly didn't hurt. It's not the most selfless of motives, I'll admit, but whatever it takes, eh? Now me, I never needed convincing. I became a soldier to protect the people I love. And the people I love include the ones standing before me.
Handsome and chivalrous.
Now, if you don't mind, I have sentries to post. Milady.
Lest you wonder, I'm not foolish enough to believe that this has solved all of my problems. But it has solved one, and that's one fewer than I had this morning. Thank you again, Clive.
Got another problem I can solve for you. Just gotta send Jill back to the base for a little bit first. Check my notes here. What are we up to? My next threshold, I've already passed the 905, but 1120 I get another. Help Martha's Rest. I have a feeling these are all going to be Ashik related, Akashic. But so what I was saying, so Phoenix, we have to keep the Phoenix imbuement. It's too good to not be able to boom instantly on top of targets. That's incredibly powerful, and it's like my main mobility. Garudas I could potentially go without, but getting that partial stagger lockdown is super nice.
Martha, it's good to see you.
And you, Clive. Jill?
Otto said you'd been attacked by Akashic. What exactly happened here?
Those skies are what happened. Not long after they fell dark, we had our first visit. There were hundreds of them. Tried to storm the hill. Only a handful made it up here, but that was more than enough. The rest are still down there now. And while we have a few willing fighters holding them back, they're sorely outnumbered.
What do you think, Clive?
That we join the fight?
I thought you'd never offer. Now, where I need you is the Fallen Gate. That's where the fighting is fiercest. Let the men know you've come to help. Something tells me they'll be pleased to see you.
We're on our way.
So looking at the other abilities, remove. No, I've already passed up on that. The slow time and mark up enemies. No, does not. I honestly think that just interrupts combat. It doesn't flow very well at all. Titan's incredibly strong. Instant block, instant damage mitigation with a follow-up punch. It's hard to pass that up. And then Bahamut's, I think there's potential there for bigger targets, but I'm not necessarily sold on it just yet. So it's kind of why I'm playing with it more. Definitely seems like I mean, it's weird. Oh, let me get through. We got more dialogue.
Wounded.
We deal with the Akashic first.
I mean, let me try and use it in a context like this.
Let's try.
there's a bunch of enemies. I thought it's something that this works with Mega Flare. Or does it mean with Giga Flare? Can be used while casting Mega Flare. I think it means I can summon these up while casting Mega Flare. I mean, I don't feel like I really killed everything there, so maybe it does work well in situations if I use it like a taunt. I mean, if you think about it, it's not that unlike Titans. Titans is about timed blocks. This is about timed
If you've come to
dodges.
rob this place,
You are mistaken, my Lord Rosfield. We're here by Madame Martha's leave.
how do you know my name?
Forgive me, my lord. There wasn't time for introductions. We're with the Guardians of the Flame.
Wade's men? But how did you come to be here? Where is your commander?
Sir Wade left earlier with a scouting party to find out where the Akashic were coming from.
Did he? Take your wounded back to the inn. Martha will see you're looked after. We'll join you anon.
And to think you took them for thieves. A fine reward for holding off the horde, that is.
When did Wade and his men arrive?
Not long after Rosalith fell. The Guardians asked me to shelter some of them that had lost their homes. They were making ready to leave just as the skies turned, and we agreed it was best we stuck together.
Martha! Trouble! The scouting party's almost at the lift, but they got a pack of Akashic snapping at their heels! And they got wounded with them! They're not gonna make it!
Damn it all.
We'll worry about them, Martha.
You look after everyone here. If any can still fight, send them to the lift.
I will. You two be safe now.
My brothers.
Mad dogs.
Yeah, 'cause, I mean, Titans... The only thing I don't like about Titan, it instantly mitigates damage. Doesn't matter what it is. Sometimes the follow-up hits don't work that well, because if the enemy has a secondary attack, you're in trouble. This is just a dodge that'll build up to a juicy hit.
Squire, I need you to get those who can still walk up the lift to Martha's. But what about... I didn't ask, Oscar. Sir.
Sir Wade!
Lord Rosfield. If you aren't a sight for sore eyes.
Martha seemed to think you might need some help. And by the looks of it...
We thought we could sneak by them. But we didn't know there would be so many. How could we have?
Behind you!
Akashic turtles.
Damn it! We need to get the injured to safety.
Do you think we can hold them off?
We can certainly try. Are you with us, Sir Wade?
Always.
Then let's do our duty.
Alright, attack me. Do it again. Oh, damn it, I did it again. Oh god, I did it again. Stop, stop, stop. I'm not done. Okay. Shoot again. Come on, hit me again. Do it again. One more. That into this is so hard to pass up on. I guess I could just throw it out, just to get it out real fast. See, if I like this, I have a very, I must be hitting something that's canceling that. I have a very melee-oriented playstyle. I mean, that was kind of cool how it's like, and it kept it floating in the air for me to do the follow-up. That was dope. I don't know. I think it's just that I wanted something more active, you know? Because the lightning is very passive. You throw it out, and it sits. It does damage. It does fat amounts of damage.
I don't think so. And yet again, you've pulled me from the flames. It's just a pity I keep walking into them.
You've never been one to shy away from danger, Sir Wade. Like any shield worthy of the name.
I see you're all in one piece.
Martha!
Is something wrong?
The lookout saw smoke coming from down Eastpool way. Too thick to be a hearth.
A second horde.
Feel like finishing the job?
Always.
Jill and I will make for Eastpool. You'll need to move the injured without us.
Don't you worry about them.
The moment my men are safe, I'll follow. Good luck.
This is way longer than the other one. Up and the Dame was like, go kill Kashyyyk. I was like, okay. Boom, done. Yeah, so I mean, it's just very, you know, we're doing it and we're shooting and it's just kind of like, eh. It's all right. About, let's see. What if we did, what if we refund your ass Let me do you. Hang on, I'm gonna need to put let's do clear it there, and we'll do wind up there. Wind up into gouge, and then on this I have my counters. Okay, that makes sense. I mean, if I really wanted to be spicy, I could put the Garuda counter on as well, and then be like counterattack, Garuda counterattack. We're counterattack into blast. Just have a whole, literally a whole set built around counters. I don't know. I mean, the thing with Gigaflare is there's potential, sure, but like, oh, 3250, and that's just to upgrade it. I mean, God, to master it, what's the thing cost? It's gonna be like another, you know, 5,000 or something.
This man's gonna die if we don't get him to a healer.
But that is it. You know, using Gigaflare, I've only seen the potency of it from a level 1. Level 2 might be better. And I am at a spot where, like, even now, if I do, so this current setup, I mean, everything else, I believe everything is mastered, with the dead exception. Oh, no, you're not. Well, we can... There we go. Now everything is mastered, except for my, my thing. So that might be the play, honestly. Maybe we, wish there was a way to, like, root them all.
We have to slow them down. Martha and the others won't be ready.
I'm not gonna grip like that, but I'm not like a gravity or something. That's enough, I think.
I needed that.
I was like, what is this black screen? What happened? I was mad confused for a second. Just round 2.
Apologies, my lord. Did I miss anything?
Only the first round, so wait. Shall we? Nice try.
Because I can pull that down and then straight into this. We did do a fuckload of damage that time. That might be. Is use it as a finisher. When I stagger something, I follow up with that nuke. Also, it'll give me something to save up and work towards with ability points.
Do you see any more?
No. I think that was the last of them.
But it won't be long before the next lot arrive.
Then we make for Martha's while we can.
What did you find out there?
The same as Sir Wade. Scores of Akashic.
Well, wherever they came from, they're gone now. Our lookouts say the lowlands are clear. Hopefully we'll have enough time to lick our wounds.
How many of your men were injured?
A damn sight less than if you hadn't turned up. Thank you.
It was a hard-fought victory. But as long as the skies remain dark, I fear the Akashic's numbers are only going to rise. It's not a matter of if the Horde will be back, but when. And whether that's sooner or later, we'll need to be ready. The inn here affords a good view of the land, and is easily defendable. I'd like to make this one of our outposts.
What do you say, Martha? You'd have more men to guard the rest.
Well, when you put it like that, of course they can stay.
Guardian Scarf.
My lord, there's someone I'd like you to meet. Oscar, over here. It is an honor to make your acquaintance, Lord Rosfield. I am Oscar. Oscar of House Murdoch.
Murdoch? I wasn't aware the Lord Commander had children.
Oh, he didn't. But his brother, my father, did. I am Sir Rodney's nephew. Well, go on, then. It's not for me to ask him. Yes, Sir Wade. If it please you, my Lord Marquis, might you take me as your squire? I would learn the duties of a shield from the finest.
I'm sorry to disappoint you, Oscar, but I am a shield no longer. Nor was I ever the finest. And spending time in the company of an outlaw hardly seems a fitting education for one aspiring to take his oaths.
My Aunt Hannah once told me that a man is not defined by his title, but what he does in its name. You have accomplished much since taking on the mantle of Cid, winning no little honor in so doing. And I would sooner serve under an honorable outlaw than an unworthy shield. Not that Sir Wade and the other Guardians are... I mean to say that, they're... It's all right. We know what you mean. There is only so much the boy can learn from me, my lord.
But a squire...
Would that really be so bad? You were a squire once. And I'm certain Sir Rodney would approve.
Know that I'll show you as much leniency as your uncle showed me.
I would not have it any other way.
Oh, we got a squire now. So just come along with me? I really hope this poor guy doesn't get killed. Let me check my map. I need 1120. Or... where do I see it? Where do I see it? My renown. I don't see it listed anywhere. And how do I make you do this Blood of Fenrir thing? Like, is that something I can activate? Because it seems like you did it once and that was it. We haven't seen that shit since at all. Leading looser. I mean, maybe when he hits max? I don't know. I don't see anything for my renown. I would know outside of combat. Where's the last one? Down the rabbit hole. I know it's not side quests, but I feel like this is already a long episode, so I might as well just squeeze this in. Damn, down those games.
Sid, your new companion appears much more formidable than your uncle. Should I be worried?
You haven't been introduced.
Jill, Clive has told me much about you.
All lies, I'm sure.
Your Stolas said that Dalimil has a bandit problem.
Indeed. Although, you're a little late. They left with our food and guild days ago.
Any idea where they went?
The desert's a big place. Your guess is as good as mine. But the fact is, I have more immediate concerns.
What did you say to me? What did you say?
Ah, as if by magic. Let's just say we've yet to reach a consensus about how to solve Dalimil's little problem. And at this rate, it won't be the actions of the bandits which prove to be our undoing. It will be our own. Now, I've tried reasoning with the dissenting parties, but even the Desert Hare has limits.
Perhaps we could talk to them.
What makes you think they'll listen to us?
What makes you think they won't?
She makes a fair point, Sid. And you won't have wasted much of your precious time if you fail. They're just across the courtyard.
Suppose we just follow the shouting.
You wouldn't talk like that if it had been your men whose throats were slit. Blood for blood, it's the only way. We hire mercenaries and have them mount the bandits' heads on our walls as a lesson to the rest.
And what happens when those mercenaries are slaughtered like your men? Are you going to hire more? We're better off using that coin to buy food and supplies. If we hire mercenaries, the only thing we're buying is the bandits' ire. And you cannot fill empty bellies with that. Do you hear me?
But what happens when they come back? Maybe it'll be your throat that's slit.
That's enough. Both of you. Any more of this and I'll throw you out myself. Come back when you're ready to talk like adults.
I mean, the solution is I go kill the bandits.
Victor. What's he doing here?
Sid. And Lady Jill. What brings you here?
I was about to ask you the same thing.
Costness is in chaos, and the markets have all but ceased to operate. The Briar's Kiss here in Dalimil is the only place I can reliably obtain supplies. I was here to do just that when Master Lubor told me of his troubles. He thought I might be able to talk some sense into these
I don't remember who this guy was. Victor. Friend of Sid's and later Clive's, who keep an ever-attentive vigil in the comings and goings in Dalmacia from his hometown of Constus.
But if you're here, I suppose his patience must be waning.
Who are those people?
Those were the thorns in Lubor's side. And the reason this place might be headed the same way as Costness. It's these accursed skies. The darkness is enough to drive a man to madness. Or an entire city, for that matter.
We're still working on the skies. But in the meantime, perhaps we can find a solution to Dalimil's problems.
I hope so. For all our sakes.
So, you see my predicament?
What I saw was a room full of people who were angry and afraid. And with good reason by the sound of it. But if left to smolder, that anger and fear could set the entire town alight.
My thoughts exactly. What to do? Both sides wish to protect their homes and livelihoods, if only they could agree on how. But as long as they are divided, we are vulnerable.
And if there's one thing bandits like, it's an easy target.
What would Sid the Outlaw suggest?
Well, if it were my namesake, he'd let them choose for themselves, and be on hand to pick up the pieces when it all went wrong.
That sounds like a recipe for disaster.
A recipe for disaster is precisely what it is. But perhaps that realization would be enough to make them question the ingredients. While it's plain neither Conrad nor Natalie will countenance the other's proposal, it may still be possible to make them doubt their own. Before presenting them with a third option.
And that would be?
To pool our resources and save the city ourselves. Why fight each other?
When all that fear and anger can be directed at the bandits.
It appears we have a plan of action. Victor, pay Conrad a visit. See if you can't convince him of his folly. I'll speak with Natalie.
As you wish.
And I will go hunt down bandits.
Your faces are not well known in this town. That may prove useful. Don't worry, Victor and I will do most of the talking. You need only play along.
Play along?
What he means to say is yes.
My shop.
If I had my pickaxe, I would...
I mean, I would make the city look vulnerable, lure the bandits in, kill most, capture a few, torture, find out bandit location.
Here he is now. Natalie, allow me to introduce Lord Underhill of Randalar's prestigious League of Merchants.
Lord Underhill. At your service.
Underhill?
I was just telling the good lady of our conversation, my lord, and how you were lamenting the state of the capital's stores.
Lubor says that not only are the granaries almost empty, but that war and the Blight mean this season's harvest won't be enough to fill them for winter.
Indeed, certainly that is the case. The nobles in the capital are buying up the city's stocks of barley and wine, driving the prices higher than most commoners can afford. It is only a matter of time before the peasants revolt.
It is worse than I thought. If what Lord Underhill says is true, I fear we have little hope of supplementing our stores, meager though they regrettably are. And while I applaud your endeavors to dissuade our more bellicose citizens from seeking vengeance, I sense Conrad is not wrong in his assessment of the bandits' likely return. Which means that now, more than ever, we will need to secure what little we still have. Food, weapons, herbs, everything. If our humble town is to endure not only this hardship, but those that are certain to follow, we must stand united.
All right. If it will help to protect my home, I'll do it. But you needn't have gone through this charade.
Thank you, Clive. Your performance was nothing if not workmanlike.
She saw right through it.
I didn't say it was good, merely that it produced the desired effect. Now, my scouts should be returning shortly. Meet me back at the Briar's Kiss, and we shall see what we face.
I mean, let's be honest. This culminates in the bandits showing up, Me beating the shit out of them. What level are we? 39. Okay, we're not going back to fight the dragon. In the back of my head, I was like, maybe after this quest to go fight that dragon. No, I haven't leveled up at all. Dragon's gonna kick me into the dirt.
Mummy, I'm scared.
Oh, I'm ruined.
Picture it, Conrad. Ah, here she is. The Lady of the Spear herself. Conrad, may I introduce you to Jane, commander of the Red Wings, the oldest mercenary guild in the Free Cities.
A pleasure, my lady.
The pleasure is all mine.
As I told you, I summoned the commander here from Canver to inquire about a contract.
Victor says you told him no. That there aren't any men left to hire. Is that true?
True as the crystals cracked. Nobles came and claimed every last one worth his salt. And not just from us Red Wings. You know of the 7 high houses. There must be 2 swords assigned each one. Granted, we have a few boys left. If it's boys you're looking for.
Well, Conrad, are you saying that Dalimil's finest cannot defend this town better than a gaggle of unblooded striplings? That a band of beardless youths could better avenge the deaths of your brave men than you yourselves?
Absolutely not. We'll show those bastards who they're dealing with.
I can't believe that actually worked.
Much more convincing.
Conrad's not what you call the brightest candle in the crypt. And there's a reason why I had you do the talking and not Sid. Well played, my lady.
I'm not convinced our roles in this ruse were entirely necessary.
I don't know. Conrad seemed quite taken with you.
Good news, Sid. Both Conrad and Natalie have somewhat gracefully accepted their new roles. With time, they may even learn to.
Time no longer appears to be the luxury it was before lunch.
I take it your scouts found the bandits.
Technically, it would be the bandits who found my scouts. It appears
Perfect.
they march for Dalimil.
That's what I said would happen.
All of them.
You're not serious.
They don't just want food, they want the whole damn town.
Just send me out, man.
I have a favor to ask.
Murder the bandits.
I'm
just
told
ask.
The bandits march in 2 groups, one from the south and one from the desert, in a move doubtless intended to stretch our already gossamer-thin defenses.
Very well. Jill and I will meet those from the desert. But what of the rest?
The rest, my friend, the city shall fight. Together. The stakes, I concede, are high. But if this does not unite Dalimil, nothing will.
That is a lot of faith to put into those who had their hands around each other's throats but a moment ago.
Then it will be for us to see that their hands are kept occupied. And I do mean us.
I thought you might say that.
Bro, put me in the
We'll hold them
fight.
off for as long as we can.
And we will do the same.
Like, I knew this was how things were gonna end, and I'm just like, let's go. I will murder the fuck out of these bandits.
The women folk have come to welcome us.
I'll take
Let's
that one.
go here.
They mean to overwhelm us.
Too slow.
You want to be right there? Be right there!
I needed that.
Come on, come and get it. Might rearrange the order of a couple of those things.
The townspeople. Could they have held out?
I don't hear any fighting. What do you think?
That we should hurry.
Natalie, I owe you an apology. You did well out there. The inn would have been lost had you not held the line.
Without you, there would have been no line to hold. You saved us, Conrad. You saved Dalimil.
We all saved Dalimil.
Conrad seems to have had a change of heart.
I'd say they both have.
I take it from your presence that our visitors from the desert won't be joining us either. Pity.
The plan worked, Sid. Granted, it only took an army of bloodthirsty bandits at our gate.
Calm now, Victor. Why quibble over the details? We are united, and that is all that matters. As for you, Sid, you fight considerably better than you act.
I'll take that as a compliment.
Alright, I'm gonna move my Titan abilities back together. Cause that was fucking me up a lot. So let's go, I can put them both on Garuda. I think that's fine. So Raging Fist and Wind Up, and then I'll put Garuda over on Bahamut. Because I think what would ideally happen here would be I fight something, I hit it with like Raging Fist, that breaks it. Immediately after that breaks it, do a Deadly Embrace, throw out a Big Punch. That doesn't stagger it, I do a little bit of fighting, swap Will of the Wikes into Ignition, into a Gouge, into a Giga Flare to finish it off. I might even, I don't know, I might, God, I feel like there's so many stronger choices than Ignition, but the utility of this, grouping everything up, it's really, really nice.
It's under control.
World map. The only thing left for us to do would be that hunt, but I'm gonna be honest, that thing just looked at me and was like, I feel like I was like, I'm doing good, I'll get it. I almost got it to its first stagger, and then it was like, boom! I was like, oh. Did I die? I think I died. Like, I didn't even realize it happened. Shit just exploded me.
You see that? Tell me you saw that.
you back so soon.
What are you? 1,500 ability
Here you
points
are.
is quite nice. Then Amber and Talisman of Priming. It's going to be something with my ultimate, presumably.
Come again. I may have...
With all those ability points, how are we looking? 2,400. So if I've refunded 1,000 points, I could upgrade that a tier. Let's refund Ignition. God, 6,000? I think that's worth it, because that's not happening anytime soon. I would need to refund like most of my tree to get to that. So we'll 1,000. I don't know, man. I feel like the damage on Ignition is actually pretty lackluster. The stagger, so for stagger, this does phenomenal all around. I'm never getting rid of that ability. You do really respectable damage. Your stagger destroys shit. You're more stagger, you're more damage. You're counter, but only with projectiles. There's the tornado, but I couldn't see shit while it was active. I feel like that could have been potentially good. It's just... Oh, whoa. Show me that again. That looked like Could I like knock them into the air and then spin that around and slam it? That could be cool. Because while I've primarily been using Ignition to group stuff up, I will say if I'm gonna keep Bahamut around, the natural AoE of Bahamut seems to just like obliterate weaker minions. That's a 3-2. What are you? You're also a 3-2. It would flow out faster. Let me see. If I can master it, I'll try working it in. 1,000 short. Shit, no. If I do that, I can't do gouge anymore. Likes. There we go. All right, this is what we're gonna try and work in. Boom. See if that. So I'm thinking if I need to get through Gouge and Gigaflare, Gigaflare takes a while, I'm going to need more time. I might not be able to afford Ignition. Whereas I might be able to afford the other stuff. So we'll rock that. We'll see how that goes.
Oh, yeah.
Either way, speaking to auto is obviously going to trigger shit. So let's wrap things up here. We have helped all of our benefactors, and we are ready to continue.